Lots of apple cider. White distilled, not so much. The beans are gone? The beans? Hey, there's a little beans, but beans?
Wait a minute, I think I've made the connection. If you were to buy a lot of baked beans and consume a lot of baked beans, what would you suddenly have it used for? A lot of toilet paper. Yes, we've made the connection. I kid. I understand we're under a lot of stress right now, and people are going to react to that stress and try to relieve that stress in different ways. These are weird times. I mean, not this kind of weird, just weird, very strange times in very negative ways. Yeah, so people are going to do stuff, and you're going to have to expect people to buy lots of toilet paper or, you know, just generally freak out, I guess. There's different things that they're going to do. We're all experiencing some level of anxiety with this whole coronavirus thing. We just are. We're really being forced out of our comfort zones, or strangely enough, forced into our comfort zones where we cannot leave, which makes them less comfortable. By some strange definition, you know, it's still the same place, yet if you can't leave, there's tension. People can't go to work, they can't go to church, they're watching the market go completely into the toilet. But these are temporary conditions. This is not going to last forever. You have to remember that, because it starts to feel like the new normal, and then that gets very heavy. It's not going to be the new normal. We're going to get through all this. As soon as people are let back outside again, guess what's going to happen? They're going to want haircuts. They're going to want dinner. They're going to want movies. They're going to want all the things that they can't have right now. So we should have a boom that goes along with this bust. If you're upset that you're not going to church, just remember you are the church. The church building is just a place you go to pray. You can still pray. God is still there. None of that changes. Just because they say, oh, you can't have church on Sunday, you can't go to Mass on Sunday, that doesn't mean that anything you've ever experienced in church is not there. God has plans for your spiritual development, whether those doors open or not. So I know this is all stressful, everybody. I'm not trying to minimize that, but I think it's extremely important that you don't focus on that. Just breathe. Not too close to anybody, but still breathe. Yes, there is a disease going around, and yes, certain people are vulnerable to it, and all of this effort, which really, you have to think of it kind of this way. There's a tremendous impact to the overall economy and everything like that, but the outcome is to limit the exposure of the disease to those vulnerable people. And if we're, as a society, willing to make that sacrifice and say, you know what, there's 1% of the people who would be really heavily affected by this, but we can shut everything down for those people, that's a healthy society. That's a good thing. So, like I said, breathe, but again, not real close to anybody, and don't worry about it. We're going to get through all this. We're going to come out of it stronger, I think. This is going to be an interesting, not necessarily fun experience, but we're going to get through this stronger. Good luck and God bless.